Right then, good morning and welcome to another vlog from our USA road trip. Look at this B&M track behind me. I am loving the entrance here at Six Flags over Georgia. Really excited to get on. I think it's 11 different roller coasters here today. An RMC, a few different B&Ms. There's a Schwarzkopf that we've just seen from the car park. Really looking forward to it. The park actually dates back to 1967. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting inside, experiencing the coasters, seeing what other rides there is here as well. And in terms of hours today, it's 10 o'clock until 10 p.m, so 12 hours, yeah, to get everything in. So, oh my God, we've got a massive horn going off. Morning. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting inside, checking it all out. First impressions, I think it looks really good. We've just seen the hyper coaster actually testing as well, and there was a staff ride going on. And there we go, we can see this, which is now testing here as well, the stand-up. I'll spin you around. There you go, this has actually been freshly repainted. Looks great. But yeah, like what an entrance to a park. There you go, there's your hyper coaster. Oh, it looks great. It's apparently one of the best hypers out there, a lot of people have said. Really looking forward to giving it a go. And I really like how you drive in underneath it as well. It's got the turnaround section over there that again looks very, very different. Wow. But yeah, first impression, it looks great. Twisted Cyclone is already open over there and there's people on it. Love it. But yeah, of course, me and Alex, we've got our Six Flags passes. We get the food and the drink included today as well, which is good. Oh, this looks great, really floaty. Love it. And Brett's just buying a one-day ticket here today. He doesn't have a Six Flags pass, so he's just gonna sort that out over there. I'm gonna go to the restroom, then we'll get inside the park. Welcome to Six Flags over Georgia. Here we go then. So we're in through the entrance turnstiles and security area. Look at all the buildings around here. It's quite a nice entrance, isn't it? I like it around here. So you got the new ride for 2019, Pandemonium, with that steampunk style theming on there. Pandemonium, it's not at Drayton Manor. We've not gone back to Tamworth in the UK. Yeah, I'm sure we'll give that a go. We've got a 12-hour day, so it's a long time. But we double day. There you are. Let's have some tackies.
I'll just put this back on.
Oh, do you want some tackies?
You want some what?
Tackies?
Not really.
I mean, I don't think the theme is that bad personally, but there you go. They must think it is if they're putting tackies on there.
Looking very tacky.
But here we go. Yeah, we've got some fountains over here as well. And here we go. I assume we're going right. Twisted Cyclone. Brett's like, yeah, get me on that RMC.
Everyone sees the biggest coaster and they're like, straight over to it. Get us to the RMC.
I don't really know how big the park is in terms of how far it goes back or anything. Don't really have a clue. So far though, I think it looks quite nice.
I thought the park map looks like a chicken nugget.
All right, okay. A chicken nugget, maybe that.
It's a many shape.
But there's a bit of a weird shape. So, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Here we go, I'm looking forward to giving this a ride. Twisted Cyclone. It's my first time going on one of these smaller RMCs actually. So I'm kind of thinking this is, obviously Untamed at Wallaby Holland is going to be a bit bigger than this. However, it's going to be like half this and half one of the bigger ones like Wildfire.
I'm expecting Mind Blower, like the Gravity Craft kind of size today.
I mean, I saw some people on it just so I was walking down. It looked like it was running okay. Don't really know what the baggage situation is here or anything yet. There we go, ride lockers, single ride $1, multiple rides $5. It looks like we're going to have to be paying for baggage. then, so we just come off our first ride of the day, and I'm glad we did it when we did because it's running empty trains now, so there must be some sort of issue with it. So yeah, Twisted Cyclone, formerly known as the Georgia Cyclone, built in 1990, closed in 2017, reopened after the RMC conversion last year in 2018. And yeah, in terms of that ride, to be honest, it's the worst RMC I've been on that. I still enjoyed going on it. 3 inversions. I'd say the first drop was really good, it was on the back of the train, and the rest of it was a little bit mad, to be honest. It wasn't great. What I did like though, there was about 4 moments of airtime and that final inversion. To be honest, they were the only highlights for me from that ride. It's also very short. I believe it's the shortest RMC, Brett.
Yeah, I think it is. Other than the single rails.
This guy's Mr. RCDB over here, you see.
The single rails which rival it. That one's the normal iBox track. That's the shortest one.
Yeah.
Does that make him the roller coaster data, Brett?
Yeah, oh, that's like that. But what do you think then, Brett?
I think it looked really good off ride and fits the area really well. Like, it looks cute. And the colour scheme's great, but it rides very poorly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
a family one, isn't it?
It is very, very family orientated. What do you think, Alex?
Alright.
Eating some Milka.
It was a Milka. It was alright. It's a family coaster. Sorry, I mean with chocolate.
He's loving it.
It was a family coaster. Had a good few moments of our time. Nothing special, I agree. Worst RMC I've done.
Yeah, there you go. I think with that, if you want a family coaster, that's a brilliant first family ride to take the kids on. And yeah, it's Beanball Worldwide on YouTube. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, have a good day, enjoy yourselves. But yeah, in terms of that, it was okay. Nothing special, good family coaster. And like Brett said, it looked really nice. I'd say they're my favourite RMC trains from the design of them. But there you go, we've been on it, onwards and upwards, 10 coasters to go. And in terms of the Milky, you might be thinking, how's eating Milky in America? We just met a couple of lovely fans of the channel,
Rhonda and Jeff,
who have just gave us some Milky, which is so kind of them. And even like all wrapped up with like an ice pack. It was so nice of them.
Mickey Mouse on.
It's so kind. So I'm sure you're watching this video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Onwards and upwards. Let's go do some more rides. Tell you what, humidity today. I'm really hot. Tell you what, it's quite a nice park this. I do like the layout and the buildings and stuff from what we've seen so far. Up next then, we're going on the 2011 Gerstlauer Eurofighter over here. It's called the Daredevil Dive Coaster. And I must say, this looks quite nice. It's got a very different style train on this as well. Never seen that before, very unique to this coaster. But yeah, we thought we'll get this in early because of the throughput. I'm looking at the seating arrangement there, only 6 seats. Not too sure how many trains it's going to be running. It's a Saturday. But yeah, in terms of the layout, I think this looks quite good actually. I've been on more good Gerstlauers this year than I ever have done, which is good. Oh yeah. To be honest, this looks quite smooth. Look at that transition there into that inversion. It looks all right, this does. Here we go. Hopefully we can take our bags in with this one. It looks like we can. I'm not a big fan of the baggy situation at some of these parks. It's like there when we went on Twisted Cyclone, we have to pay $1 for the bags. A few little near misses around here with the flames. Right, let's go and have a go. Right then, so things were going really well waiting here to get on this Gerstlauer Eurofighter. And then it went down. It's been down because of a guest illness. Someone was sick all over the train. How long has it been down, would you say?
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Well, we waited about 35 maybe so far.
Got in at 38. So
oh, here we go.
Wait, 35 minutes.
35 minutes so far. And obviously because of the ride going down, the fast lane queue has built up all the way down to there. So all the teams be doing is putting...
Not filling the train.
Not filling the trains, putting like 4 on this one. Obviously they only seat 6, yeah, so get that 2 straight on.
Why not in the back row?
Not great operations so far on here. Obviously, guest illness, that's fair enough. Took them ages to sort it out. And then it's like none of the staff wanted to clean it up, isn't it?
It was like everyone was scared of the sick.
Yeah. If you work on rides, I've done it myself. You know, I used to clean up sick when I worked at Alton Towers. I've done it before, you know. It's not the nicest job in the world, but it's made easier due to some of the equipment what you get given, like sanitaire. But there you go, as you can see, she's cleaning the back of that one now. That's probably why, oh there we go, that's why they're not loading that one, Brett. Because that's the offending seats. But yeah, we'll see when we come off, if we get on anyway, hopefully. so we finally got on, and I had a front row ride there on the Daredevil dive coaster. And yeah, the 3 inversions on there I thought were quite good. The first drop, not great because it was trimmed. However, after that, I quite enjoyed the ride. Very, very smooth Gerstlauer coaster. I'll tell you what, it's been the year for me this year when it comes to Gerstlauer. I've been on some brilliant rides of theirs. I do wish that there was more of those with that train design though, because I really, really enjoyed those. In terms of the layout on that, it actually reminded me quite a bit of Anubis at Plopsaland, and I know that's got a launch instead of a lift hill, but in terms of the inversions, the other elements on the ride, it's kind of reminded me a little bit. And that heartline roll on there towards the end was brilliant. It took that really smooth. That was probably better than what I was expecting. Of course, not one of my favourite coasters or anything, but I thought it was a nice solid ride. Quite thrilling. Lap bars on that as well. Really like the train design. But like I said, there should be some more of those. I liked it. Making our way down here to Gotham City. Look at this. It's busy today. Busy, busy, busy. But yeah, we've got quite a few different rides around here. Got that Schwarzkopf looper over there to the left. Batman the ride down the back. Larson loop over there. What's that there, Brett? I mean, it's Brett's first time here as well. You've not been, have you? So,
It's a nice park.
What did you think to the old Gerst there?
The trains were great. I was a bit underwhelmed by the layout. Found it a bit boring, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
A bit too much of the samey elements.
Smooth though.
Very smooth, yeah. I'd love to see more of those. The bigger coasters that Gerstlauer make with those similar restraints, they would be really good. If the Smiler had those, it'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, it would, yeah. Trains are really nice on that. There we are, the circus comes to Gotham City. Here's Alex down here. How was he Gerst?
It was alright. I enjoyed it more than Smiler, I think, anyway.
Yeah,
It's quite fun.
Smooth.
Really smooth, very smooth, yeah. Now, I was going to say, if you're a fan of Batman the Ride, or Batman the Ride, Batman the Ride, Batman the Ride, or Batman the Ride, I severely recommend you come to Six Flags over Georgia and check out this unique ride over here called Batman the Ride.
Which is a B&M invert that we've definitely not seen before with this layout. And here we go. Let's go. At least we can take our cues in the bag. Our bags in the queue for Batman the Ride.
Take our bags in the line.
We're doing this on about 4 hours sleep. Well, about 4.5 hours last night I had. So yeah, it's we're doing it on a lack of sleep. But I'm still feeling good. Like, I'm feeling much better now than I was back at the start of the trip. Here we go. In terms of the theming here, quite poor, isn't it, with the boards just around the side. But at least we can take the bags in. And it just makes no sense, the locker situation to me. Why allow it on certain rides and different rides don't? I just don't get it.
It's not the only board in the queue, I'm very bored.
But it's our third credit that we're going to get today. It looks like everything's open so far. In terms of weather, we might get rained off this afternoon. So it's like trying to get round and get as much stuff done as we can do really before the bad weather comes in, because they are saying that there's a storm coming. But I don't know, in America...
I thought you were teasing something there, like there's a storm.
Oh no, I wish I was. But yeah, we'll see what this is like. Probably give that Schwarzkopf a go after. Batman the Ride. Come off Batman the Ride there, never done one of those before, definitely not. But on a serious note, that one wasn't running that good. It's still very intense, but in terms of the maintenance on that, I think that opened in 1997, and yeah, you can really feel its age in terms of how that's been looked after. But there you go, we went on it, they're all the same standard layout those, and yeah, you know, they're good solid rides. I think Brett said this before we went on, but I take it over Nemesis Inferno. back at Thorpe Park. I know they're all cloned rides, but
similar layout to Never Supposed, short and compact, but it's just more intense.
There's one helix that's really, really good on that.
And then you're right into a corkscrew following the helix, so it's very good.
But we've got a nice classic now for our 4th coaster credit here. It's Mindbender. This opened in 1978. Schwarzkopf looper with not 1, but 2 loops. I love a good Schwarzkopf. I think this looks fantastic, to be honest, in terms of the terrain that it follows. It's got a nice track colour. I just really like the look of this. So I'm expecting good things from this one. So it doesn't look like the queue's too bad either. Nice windy queue line through the trees, no big cattle pen. So I like that. So yeah, all the ride. Well, let's go and see how it rides. So we just done Mindbender and then had a bit of food afterwards. That was my favourite roller coaster so far, that was, out of the 4 that we've done. What was... oh my God!
Sorry.
Are you a bit warm?
I got excited when you said it was the best coaster because I agree.
Yeah, that was really good. 2 fantastic loops on there. Really nice Schwarzkopf trains with just a lap bar. Really nice first drop and a brilliant drop later on in the ride before going into that second loop where you drop down the hillside and you go over like a waterfall. It was gorgeous, that was.
Do you want my northeast of England impression of what I thought of that ride?
Go on.
Oh, yes!
Don't ever do that again. Oh, yes. Brett's just walking off in shame. Look at this. These Americans over here, these half English, half Americans. It's like, you know, but make up your mind. Where are you from, Brett?
Americans.
Well, yeah, that was good. You enjoy your Schwarzkopf?
It was alright.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what a song.
But it was a bit on the bumpy side, Dolly.
I thought it was quite smooth personally.
I mean, it was a good layout, really iconic. Look, great off-ride coaster, but I think it needs a bit of maintenance, so they're letting it go down the...
I think a few of the rides need a bit of maintenance here because the B&M invert as well wasn't riding great.
A little bit of TLC, it'll be back to its old days.
Definitely, but it's good to see they've got it. Old coaster, still running well. I enjoyed it. Anyway, we've got loads more coasters to get on. We're sort of not rushing over to Goliath, the B&M Hyper, because we've heard that's a great ride. We don't want to sort of do what is probably going to be the best ride in the park and then it go downhill, so we're sort of waiting a bit. We're going to see what else there is, so let's continue walking down this path. Look at the nice cable car up there. Sky buckets. Gotta go on those, they look really old. Probably one of the, maybe not opening day attractions, but certainly quite old those. Look at it running through the trees. Get some great views of the coasters. This part of the park just seems to have really opened up a lot more in terms of the paths. Really nice midway here, especially with the sky buckets running down the middle just here. There's Pandemonium, that new ride down at the end there as well. And Alex mentioned earlier on about the park being like a chicken nugget in terms of the shape of it. Not the taste of it, but the shape of it. And yeah, I can see where he's coming from with that because it's a very weird layout, but I quite like it actually. Oh, the Monster Mansion. To be honest, there's quite a few rides other than the coasters to do here, it seems. Oh, there we go, that's a coaster we need to get, isn't it, down there? That's the little Morgan coaster, isn't it? I think that opened in 2004. Do you want to, should we go on that? It's right there. Looks really nice. The track was repainted recently. Looks really good, doesn't it? Oh yeah, I really like the look of that. And you say this is highly regarded in terms of family coasters.
Yeah, family/kids coaster. This is regarded pretty high because it looks like it's got a bit of a long layout, got some tunnels on it, a little bit of a different layout.
The good thing with this part, there isn't actually a tiny coaster, is there, like a Caterpillar or anything. They're all like this is like one of the smallest here. This and the mine train are your smallest rides.
I've got some good news for you, Sean.
Go on.
Wonder Woman is open, mate. I know you were disappointed during the trip. Turn around, look. Wonder Woman is open, look. Guess you're just getting off the ride for you.
Great.
Don't want you to be disappointed.
Thanks. But the actual Wonder Woman, as in the Golden Lasso, is actually back open now as well, which we're gutted about. But we're a long way from there now. We're a long way from Texas.
Sit back if you want, or do you want to pop back?
Nah, I think we'll give it a miss. Onwards and upwards. We've only missed 3 coaster credits though so far. I'm happy with that now. The odds are really in our favour now. They weren't back at the start of the trip, but we're doing well.
If you're this far into the videos and you're not aware that there's been lots of other vlogs from the United States, check out the playlist. There's lots to see what we've got.
Lots still to come, like.
And lots more to come, exactly.
Yeah, this is summer on Theme Park Worldwide right here. Let's go and have a ride on this. I like the look of it. Oh my God, look at this. Like, it's running one train and look at the queue, like, that's busy.
It's worth going to do other rides for now.
Yeah, like we're going to prioritise some other bits. And give that a miss. One train, massive cattle pen.
The train doesn't hold many people either.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first day where we've really had to queue a lot for things, to be honest. We've done really well on the queue lines this trip, but yeah, I think we've got to be, this is one of the moments that we said right back at the start where we got to prioritise things. As much as we didn't want to go and get on the hyper straight away, we wanted to save a good ride. I'd rather get on some of this other stuff before we wait that long for a junior coaster, so we'll come back later for that one. Nice hot day like this, and look at the shoot the chute down here, the water ride. That doesn't look like that's operated in a while. Look at the trough. Definitely a few weeks, maybe even longer than that, could be months. Look at the queue line, you got all branches down there. Really humid day, it's like 32 degrees Celsius. Crazy. So we got Superman Ultimate Flight, which is a B&M flyer that way. Going down this way. So we don't really know where we're going, but we're gonna try and get our 5th coaster in. That's where we're heading to next. So we'll see where the path leads. This is a very pretty view though around here, isn't it? Look at this. It's a nice park. I think operations are really poor, but the park looks great. That's been a theme really, hasn't it, with Six Flags so far this trip. Now that is one photogenic coaster. Look at that. Blue Hawk. Now it got relocated here in 1992, but it actually operated at another park first and was built in 1989. Look at this, 5 inversions on this Vekoma looping coaster. That looks absolutely incredible. That's one of the most picturesque rides of the trip, and one of the most picturesque rides I've ever seen. Look at it. Definitely a good idea skipping that kids coaster for now. We thought, oh, we're next to it, we might be really quiet, so let's just get on, but yeah, that wasn't the case when we walked up the queue line. Look at this. Recently closed down for a refurbishment, where it's also had the new trains. So this, I think, is going to ride absolutely beautifully. I mean, look at the track all painted up nicely over the water. That is really, really pretty. Good to see they're looking after such a classic ride. But yeah, relocated here in 1992. Let's go and give this beauty a ride.
Now, prepare for the thrill of a lifetime. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Such as glasses, loose fitting shoes, car keys, bags, cell phones,
really good fun. We was at the back of the train on that. Really good smooth operations on there as well. And a smooth ride. And I tell you what, some of the near misses caused by the track sections on there are brilliant. There was one moment, I think it was near the start of the ride, we'd just come down the first drop, and then there was another piece of track so close. I mean, obviously the clearance is absolutely fine, even if you had your arms in the air. But yeah, it just felt so close, brilliant near miss elements. And there was a few of those caused by the track, no theming or anything around it, but it doesn't need it because it's over a lake. Beautiful, really nice ride that. I imagine it looks so much better than it did before with them 2 new Vekoma trains with the vests on there. They're brilliant because they don't tighten up throughout the ride. You stay nice and loose, and yeah, really enjoyed that. It was good fun. Tell you what though, really feeling the heat today, me and Alex are. Very humid. I don't think Brett's too bad because obviously he lives in Florida. Humidity there, you know, he's used to it because Florida does get very humid, especially this time of year. But we're just not used to it. I mean, today we're struggling, aren't we, with the heat? We're always battling through something, whether it's a broken toe, a chest infection, the heat, the weather, ride's been down. We've battled through some stuff this trip, but you know what? We've just got to keep pushing forward. We've done 5 coasters here. We've got 6 more to go. And up next, we've got a nice Philadelphia Toboggan coasters, a wooden coaster. Oh, is it open? Thumbs up from Brett. I thought you were doing the dispatch then, Brett.
And we're clear.
And we're clear.
Send it.
Oh, you're right there, Alex. He's coming onto my shoulder. He's coming on my shoulder. What do you think to that? Blew up?
Really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the prettiest ride coasters I've seen in the last few days.
Lovely.
And it rides good. That rides good. That one head shopper, everyone duck.
Yeah. In this part, nice, especially down the back here. Like.
Yeah, it's got some good coasters. It's very pretty. I mean, it's not as clean as I would have liked to have been. There's a couple of footpaths.
Some of the paths need doing. I mean, look at this down here, this path, like all the cracks in it. But
I mean, yeah, it's a typical Six Flags park with just above average coasters, I would say.
Yeah. I think the coaster lineup really good.
Very good, yeah.
And obviously we still got that hyper to do. We got the flying coaster to do. Yeah. So yeah, quite a bit. But I think we're going to get the creds. I think we're doing all right. But yeah, in terms of this next coaster, hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. This coaster's like famous because of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I know a lot of people used to put this in as like a generic ride on the game before you learned to build proper wooden coasters. I used to like stick this coaster in and then put a bit of theming around it. So, bit of an iconic ride for me. Let's go and have a go on it. Oh, there we go. It's now running. It's been down because of a guest illness. Opened in 1973 then this. Look at that, iconic. Over the water down there. Really like this section of the park. And this station, so iconic. I mean, look at all the details on there. This is America, this ride. The Great American Scream Machine. What a name for a coaster. And I'm so glad that they didn't RMC this. I'm glad they did it to the other one. As much as it's a poor RMC compared to others that have done, it's a great family ride. But with this, I'm so glad that they didn't because it's a nice heritage ride. We spoke a lot about RMC on this trip. We've done quite a few. We might have missed a couple in the other starts. However, with RMC, they're great on rides that aren't very good and not iconic. Whereas this, I'm glad they've left it as it is. Come on, Alex.
I'm on 9 toes, but I'm not going to give up.
Come on, we can do this.
Slower than my normal speed, but I'm not going to give up.
Needs a bit of maintenance work here. Look at this. Needs to get down B&Q, sort that out. Oh. Right, here we go. Let's have a ride. I'll tell you what, the Great American Scream Machine was certainly great. I'd say it was more than that. I'd say more awesome. That was brilliant. We're on the back row, back couple of rows, and I tell you what, that was brilliant. That I found it not too rough actually, not the smoothest out there, but you can tell it was probably worse before as they've done some retracking. It looks like that was done probably over the last winter season. They've retracked that. Look at me strap here. But yeah, in terms of that, brilliant. Some really nice drops. I got some fantastic airtime, mainly due to a rather loose restraint on that. Crazy, I mean, they weren't really pushing down on them too much at all. Got plenty of ejector airtime on that wooden coaster. Thought it was really good fun. We managed to do 6 coasters now, not too bad. I think we're looking good in terms of getting them all done today. Yeah, that was really, really good fun, that. Enjoyable, out and back really, in terms of you got a turnaround section, comes back to some airtime hills. No massive steep drops on that, but it was a good fun coaster, and again, one that's good for the families. Quite liked it. That's the entrance there to the water park here. Now, as far as I'm aware, you have to buy a ticket for it. However, the turnstiles, there's nobody manning them, so I really don't know, but a lot of these parks in America do have water parks either next door, somewhere as part of the resort, or actually in the park themselves. So we've not really done much in terms of water parks. We did the one at Holiday World, but I tell you what, I could go in there today. I'm absolutely sweating, honestly. It looks like I've just put water all over my face. I haven't. That is genuine Theme Park Worldwide Sean Sandbrook sweat. Look at it, I am dripping wet through. Gonna need a good shower tonight. Oh, blimey. How was that, Brett? What do you think?
Amazing.
Yeah?
I mean, a bit rough in sections, but considering how old it is and how iconic it is, it's running pretty good. I mean, very loose restraints on that. Got some, I mean, it's so well. I mean, personally, I think it would be an amazing RMC.
Oh.
The other one, but most people probably wouldn't like that idea. So.
I think with it being a good wooden coaster, keep it to its roots.
I mean, obviously it would have been nice to ride the old classic one. You said it's got the same layout as the Cyclone.
Yeah, it's the Coney Island Cyclone.
But I mean, it looks fantastic and it rides pretty good. So yeah, another good coaster for the lineup, really.
Yeah, you enjoy it, Alex?
Yeah, I've not got quite as many facts as the roller coaster data, Brett, though. I mean, he's pretty efficient for information, but good ride. I enjoyed that. Nice to share a seat with the Sean. Not that you really needed one on there anyway. We were pretty secure.
Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it?
But it was a good ride nonetheless. I think the views of the lake and stuff were fantastic. Made for the coaster, you know, for me, and to be honest, probably one of the highlight rides of the day so far. Yeah.
What are we going on next? You already that dark ride? Have a bit of a cool off?
I think so, a bit of AC.
Yeah, we've got another Justice League.
AC for AC.
Is this our third one of these that we've done?
I think so.
I think it is Justice League, which is just around this corner. You can just see it over there, actually. And of course, we've got the B&M flying coaster to get on here as well. Here we go then. So here's the Hall of Justice. Justice League Battle for Metropolis. The third one of these that I've ever done. And here we go, let's see if there's any differences in this one. They're all very similar. I wouldn't say the cloned rides, but there is a few differences in there. But they're all the same theme, animatronics, that sort of thing, soundtrack. But there was a few differences in the one we did the other day compared to the one that we did back at the start of the trip. So let's go. It's absolutely baking hot. So I'm just grateful, to be honest, to be getting a bit of air conditioning in there. It's the first time I've said that. I don't really like air conditioning, but I think
I mean, I live in Florida and it's pretty hot.
Yeah, it is hot. Look at that though, the B&M flyer. Can't see much action over there though. Oh, God. Another one of these, let's go. There's what? Oh, evacuating the queue line. Oh dear. I don't really like B&M flyers, but of course I want to get on it, get the credit. Might be later on for that.
Wealth and resources to monitor each member of the Justice League in action and identify our individual. Now, Ruthless using those weaknesses against us. Supergirl in the Flash.
Get him, boys! You bastard! Pay for what you've done. Say goodnight, Superman. Good night, please.
I'll take him to LexCorp headquarters. And you deal with these.
Follow me, Justice League B team. Follow me.
Let's score for 3 to team. Flex box reserve team.
Good work. Those things were trying to take control of the battlefield. Well.
Target and destroy the intruder. It's over, Luthor.
Where are we? Cover us, reserve team.
Blast those flex bots.
I got this.
Saving the city of Metropolis. We'd like to make you all honorary members of the Justice League.
Okay, gang. Let's check out how you scored on your mission.
Great job. Nice job.
Some alright footage there from Justice League Battle for Metropolis. I would say that was the best one of the 3 that I've done. I know there's still a few more out there, but yeah, that was the best one that I've personally been on. There's some more theming in that one away from the screens. Yes, it's still an interactive shooting dark ride with a lot of screen usage, but there was a lot more theming. You got that fire effect in there that was in the others as well. Yeah, that was really good fun. Anyway, the reason a bit of a rush, Superman Ultimate Flights, the 2002 B&M flying coaster has just reopened and the queue is really short, so I think we've got to put bags in the lockers and we'll get straight up and get on this one. Right, so it's actually been a long time since I last spoke to you all. Even though you've just seen like a 1-minute clip there of Superman Ultimate Flight in action, it's actually been 90 minutes since I was last speaking to you, just over that actually. Basically, the ride went down again due to weather. We managed to wait for it to open again, however it took a very long time. And we actually got told by the staff members on there, I must say, some of the worst customer service I've ever had up in that station on there. We was told by the ride staff that the ride was closed for the rest of the day. Bear in mind it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon and the park's open until 10. We was told that the park would be closing down for the day, and then we actually asked for the management came along and said, that's incorrect. The ride's only closed for a weather delay, the park's going to be staying open, and yeah, we're going to give you some complimentary passes to actually go up the exit on some of the coasters that we need. So that's really kind of them. The management were great there, however the ride staff on there was shocking. So yeah, the ride, as you can see over there, is definitely not running, and yeah, it's shut for the rest of the day. Hence why it's going round and is now running a 2-train service. But there you go, despite all that, we waited, we got on it, and yeah, actually it was a good flying coaster. I know that it's a cloned ride, but I've not actually done that one, and I enjoyed it. To be honest, I thought it was quite forceful. The pretzel loop on there was good. It was the first one of those to actually have a pretzel loop as well. And you know what, I quite enjoyed that. In terms of the rest of the ride, in total there's only the 2 inversions, but with it, it's just really nice. I look at it from here as well, off-ride. I just thought it was a good fun coaster, quite forceful, like how as well near the end of the ride you fly over near some rocks that they've like dug out from the side. I thought it was a very, very good coaster. It looks great, and when they did finally get it open, and back in operation after the weather. Then yeah, it was running 2 trains, which was good. Wasn't stacking for too long on the brake run. So you know me on flying coasters, that really like puts me off with it. But yeah, like bit of shocking customer service on there. However, you have to move on from these things. The management were great. They understood that yeah, we've come from the UK, we want to get these rides. Obviously, we understand things have to close in the storms, but telling us that things were going to be shut for the whole day when there were 6 hours left, and looking at it now, it's brightened up beautifully. Yeah, it absolutely chucked it down. There was a bit of lightning. However, you don't say it's going to be down for the day unless you 100% know it's going to be down for the day. But there you go, these things happen. We got on it, we got the cred. We got 2 junior coasters to do. The one that we went to earlier that had a big queue. This mine train over here. Of course, we got Goliath to do, the big hyper. We were all a bit scared that we weren't going to get on that when they said the park was closing down. Yeah, we've got to get on that. And of course, we've got the stand-up coaster as well. So 4 coasters to get in. How was your experience on Superman?
Atrocious.
Yeah.
The ride experience, even though I enjoyed the coaster, was ruined by the service, the customer service. The thing is, look, I understand you don't always want guests lingering in the station when the ride's down. I get that, right? I get that. We all have it, like when we go to our own day jobs and, you know, things go out of control and you just want things to be nice and easy. However, so then miscommunicate information, well, to lie, really. Yeah. Not miscommunication, to lie. Say that all the rides and attractions in the park are closed for the rest of the day, just to get people out of the station building. It's completely unacceptable. Yeah, we're not impressed with Six Flags at all. Tell us that you don't know what's happening with the rest of the park, but don't lie to us and say it's shut, and have a manager come and put you off and say that you're wrong, because you're not helping. No, at least we've been given some compensation. But obviously Brett, I mentioned it this morning, but Brett paid on the gate to come in this morning full price, so I think Brett's going to make a complaint today anyway because of it, because it's not fair, is it? No, really not fair. But at the same time, we have season passes, still not acceptable. No, it's not. We've got paid guests in your park, we still travelled here, we've still paid to be here, like we've given our time out of our lives, we still expect some kind of level of service. We understand that rides can't always be operational, the weather certainly can't be helped, however, service and standards should never slip. There you go.
We didn't mention in the vlog, we did have a bit of an issue at the gate this morning with tickets too, which also made the experience already off to a bit of a slow start. We got into the park with a bad attitude because it happened before we'd even scanned our tickets. We were in a bad mood because of how we'd been treated. So we came into the park in a tiff, we're in even more of one now, and I think we're going to be leaving the park having one of the worst experiences of the theme park. I mean, don't get me wrong, that ride was amazing. The coaster was good. Wouldn't put you off coming here. I mean, the coasters are great. I'd definitely come and check it out if you haven't been. But the Six Flags operations are just... Something's got to give. They're not good. They're just not good at all. Are we going to try and get this junior? Should we get the junior? I mean, we've got the fast pass ticket to use, haven't we? So let's go for it. Let's try and give the Joker Funhouse a little ride. Saying that, I don't know if it's going round yet or not. Maybe this is still down due to the weather. They've maybe not tested it yet. I don't know. We're not getting much luck with that junior coaster, are we? That massive queue earlier on, and then yeah, the staff have just told us it's going to be closed for the rest of the day. And what's the reason, Brett? Because the track's too wet. The track's too wet, so... Outdoor roller coaster, I suppose, because it's wet. Logic. We'll see what happens, but the Gerstar seems to be running fine over there. How's this B&M Hyper coaster, Goliath? Hey. Unique name, yeah, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. Goliath is running with I've just seen it. Brilliant. This opened in 2006, 200 foot tall, however, it doesn't have a 200 foot drop. 175, so let's see what it's like. We've been told the first drop isn't great, but the rest of the coaster, including the Helix, is brilliant. So yeah, let's find out. I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, it's a big queue. I'm glad we got them exit passes. Fair play to the management there for that. It was very kind of them. Let's go on Goliath, and we'll let you know our thoughts when we come off.
Talking. So we've just come off the beast, the B&M beauty that is Goliath. That was brilliant. We was on the back row. Like I said, we managed to use the exit passes that were given to us by the rides team, and yeah, that was brilliant. Really good hypercoaster. The first drop is nothing special at all. Probably the weakest first drop on a hyper. However, the second drop was brilliant because it banked down to the left-hand side. And then a great airtime hill over the lake that was really good. It felt like we could have done a water splash there, but it was still great, like putting your arms out and feeling like you were going to touch the lake at the side. Then that wonderful turnaround section into the helix, and then coming back through various different airtime hills, through the trees, and into the brake run. That was a really good solid hypercoaster. I had quite a loose restraint on that as well. I didn't get stabled in. I really enjoyed that. The best ride in this park by far, and that's kind of made up for the other stuff what's happened for us today. I know the customer service can't be excused. However, if we had to wait for the flying coaster, it ended up being 90 minutes. We wouldn't have been given them fast tracks to go and do these other rides. So it's actually paid off for us. But yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. It's still not like my favourite hypercoaster. I do prefer the likes of Shambhala and Mako. But I'd take it over Diamondback that we did at Kings Island. And yeah, I just thought it was a really nice solid ride, that. Full of airtime, some great views. And yeah, I like how it took you out of the park on a bit of an adventure and then brought you back in. Excellent that. What do you think to that then, Alex?
It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was very, very intense at some points actually. I felt like I nearly blacked out a couple of times.
Yeah.
Certainly on some of those massive helixes. You got to think the size and the scale of that ride is insane. I mean, the support next to you here, Sean, goes right up to the top of the sky. It's incredible. Great ride. Really enjoyed it. Probably not my favourite. I still prefer Shambhala Mako, but it's still good fun nonetheless.
Yeah. What do you think, Brett? You enjoy that?
Good ride. Good standout attraction for the park. It really looks good when you're coming in right by the front gate over the entrance. Good coaster. Small little hyper, really packs a punch.
Yeah. First drop's nothing special, is it?
First drop's weak, but after that it's got some really good airtime, and I really like the twisty layout at the end through the trees and back to the station.
Reminded me a bit of Silver Star. I know you've not been on it, but
it looks like that
with like the S-bend style, but no, that was really good. We got 2 junior coasters and the stand-up coasters to do. However, the stand-up coaster also looks like that's down. And yeah, to be honest, I'm not that fussed about doing any of these water rides and stuff. You know, I just want to get these creds and go, really. I know it sounds a bit sad. I'd like to do Pandemonium if we get time, and also maybe do the dart ride. Like, there's a boat ride that we've been told is really good, but yeah, the atmosphere is just not great. We've had that poor service. I enjoyed the hypercoaster. But yeah, we'll try and get in what we can do. I don't think we're going to be leaving with all credits in this part though, unfortunately. We'll see what happens. Right then, it is literally just open when we walk around the corner. It's the Georgia Scorcher. Here we go, it's a 1999 B&M stand-up coaster. Oh, these are getting more and more rare, aren't they? Here we go, so we're making our way down the exit so we can use that pass because there's still quite a few people heading in up there at the top. We just want to get the stuff done here now. It's a shame, isn't it, when things happen and it spoils your day. But yeah, we'll have a ride on this. It's been all freshly painted up. It used to have an orange track, I believe. So yeah, I'll show you some off-ride footage. was brilliant, and that is definitely the best stand-up roller coaster I've ever been on. I've not done loads of them, and like I say, they are becoming more rare as a lot of parks swap them out for floorless trains. However, that was brilliant. Only 2 inversions on there. First drop, I thought, yeah, really smooth this. Into that nice loop. Made our way around some nice corners, nice like outward banked moments where I got a bit of airtime, but it wasn't uncomfortable. Obviously them stand-up coasters, you know, they are known to be a bit uncomfortable, especially on the gentleman. And yeah, to be honest, I don't think that was too bad at all. I really enjoyed it. It's probably one of my favourite coasters in the park. I think the fact that stand-up coasters have been taken out a lot more, it's nice to see one that's been freshly painted up. It looks really nice. The train, unfortunately, is covered in loads of sponsorship for some sort of credit card. However, you know, it was very comfortable. Really enjoyed that. Looks great. Nice views of the Hyper coaster on there as well. One of my favourite coasters in the park. The Hyper still takes it, Goliath, but then that's just down there. Yeah, the Georgia Scorcher. Bit of a different name as well, but you enjoy that, boys? How was it? All right.
I'm absolutely sweating now.
Yeah, like the sweat is dripping down my face. Like
humidity is high, so humidity is rising.
Humidity is rising. Alice Crump is getting low. That's it, so you're getting. But yeah, you enjoyed that, and Brett, you like that as well?
Really good. Front row, good solid ride. Probably the most comfortable, you know, stand-up I've ever done before. Yeah. I mean, the layout's pretty simple and short, but it doesn't need to be anything special because
I preferred it to Riddler's Revenge.
Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, that's just not too comfortable. That was a lot better. And even the one at Great Adventure, Green Lantern, that's the worst of them all.
Not done that yet, but we'll be doing it on the trip.
Yeah, so
and Brett might be here by that point. We don't know at this stage.
Who knows?
It's a big mystery. I think we're off to get a little object for Brett tonight. So, and you'll see this in the travel vlog. So there we are. If you want to see that, check it out. Brett might be purchasing a little object tonight.
I've decided I'm going to treat you.
You're going to treat me?
Treat you. I'm going to get you a milkshake at the park.
Thank you.
I mean, it's free, it's not costing me anything, but I'm going to give you my snack from my season.
I'm going to make sure that I get my money's worth out of these Six Flags parks. I really want to make sure, airtime, that we get our money's worth. Let's get a milkshake.
You're going to get me one if I get you one?
Go on then.
Would you like vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate, please.
Vanilla for me.
Definitely. We got 2 junior coasters, let's hope we can get them.
The one's definitely open, the mine train. It's just a little, I don't even know what the other one's called, the green track one.
Yeah, the Joker. Track. Big green track made by?
Mac.
Roland Mac. All right, let's go. Right then, so even though it's been a good few hours since the rain, the Joker Funhouse coaster over there is all closed up. We're going to be missing that roller coaster credit. It's the 4th coaster that we've missed this trip, so it's not too bad. And at least it is a junior coaster, but there you go, station's empty. Shame about that. We're literally just going to go around now, get a couple more bits in, and then we're going to be leaving the park. We're not in the best of moods. We've got a 4-hour drive. Bit disappointed really with how it's ended, so we're going to get moving. Yeah, we're not going to do stuff like the sky buckets and stuff here. We're going to head off. Disappointed, isn't it, Brett? Yeah, we're not happy. Obviously, Brett's paid $70 for this today. The $74.90 he's paid. It's not great, is it? We can understand weather delays, but not this. I mean, there's been a lot of issues today. I mean, in the vlog, you've not really seen it all, you know, there's been a lot.
It's 85 degrees out, there's not a breath of wind, and a family coaster can't run.
And log flume's down now as well. This dark ride that we are going to do as the last ride, but we're looking for a little mine train coaster. It's over there, I don't know how we get to it. Don't know if it's maybe down here, to be honest. I don't even know if that's running, so we might be missing 2 credits here. We're lucky it's open, and it does look like another storm might be coming over soon, but here we go, we're going to get this credit, be number 10 in this park. We're missing 1, but it's not the end of the world that. This is an opening day attraction from the park, 1967 Arrow Mine Train. So yeah, let's go and have a ride on this, using our exit pass for this one. Do this, do the dark ride, and let's get moving.
You know,
I mean, there's a few other bits here. There's the train, the vintage cars, the sky buckets, but I'm just not in the mood now. It's sad it's lost, isn't it? We get this last available credit.
Back at this park.
No, we do the dark ride, and that'll be the end of this vlog. Not really anywhere to get any good off-ride footage of that one, unfortunately, because it's all sort of round the back. But it was quite a nice little terrain family coaster, and at the end there, a nice drop into a tunnel and up into the brake run. Of course, with it being an older Arrow, yeah, there's some poor transitions on it, But it was okay that for a family coaster. 1967, it's an old ride, like I say, from when the park opens. And yeah, I'm glad we got on it. We're missing that one cred. Just had another look, there's still nothing going on over there. But here we go, we've got one final attraction that we're going to do, and we've got one more express pass. We're going to do the Monster Mansion, so that's the main entrance. The queue is like huge all the way down here, so going to use that express pass, the exit pass, get it done, and we're going to be leaving this park. Today's been one of the worst days I've had in a theme park, especially this afternoon anyway. And obviously this morning there was a lot of stuff going on with, it's just been really sad, it really has, you know, especially when you paid so much money. And obviously, yes, we had our passes, but we still spent a fortune to come over here, you know, and it's really quite sad. I don't know what's going on here. Oh my God. Here we go, let's call the exit on this. It's some sort of boat ride. Let's go and give it a go. Off we go, the Monster Mansion, our last ride here at this park. There's still a few hours to go until it closes, but we're more than done and ready to go. So let's see what this is like. Quite unique, isn't it? Like a haunted house, but a boat ride. Normally you'd use like an Omni Mover or something. So here we go. Certainly a bit different. It's a bit flooded in this mansion, isn't it?
Welcome back to the mansion. It's so good to see y'all again. Hey, the Tiny Toon says stay out of the marsh.
Hey, Bubbles. Oh. This reminds me very much of Splash Mountain. All the water going across.
Howdy, y'all. Marshal Billy Bob Fritter here saying, as you travel and float, keep your hands in the boat.
She sure ain't no shit.
I tell you what, this is one of the best rides in the park. Look at this. Time to be turning around. Ooh, that's quite a cool effect. Is that a little drop there?
and fire! Oh yeah! Lucky for you guys, I found this here camera.
I'm so happy you made it out of that. Here, come on. Now don't just be like singing.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That was brilliant. And here we go, making our way back outside. That was a nice, pleasant way to end the day. That was absolutely incredible. I mean, that was what, about a 5 or 6 minute long dart ride?
Unbelievable.
That was incredible. Like, if I'd have built that, I wouldn't have done anything different. How good was that?
Everything was great. All the effects were working. The animatronics, for being an old ride, were somewhat decent. The audio was great. The storyline was great. The boats were great. I mean, everything was great on the ride.
What I really liked about it as well is it was so immersive in the different scenes. There was so much going on to look at. With some of these newer dart rides, there's nowhere near as much stuff to look at, whereas with that, it was packed full of stuff. We was actually told earlier on, the same fans that gave us the Mca chocolate earlier that I mentioned about, they told us, and I've not looked into this myself, but she said that Disney actually came to look at that when they were building Splash Mountain to get a bit of inspiration, and you can see that in there from a lot of the things in terms of the water effects, the lighting, and just how it's laid out. It is very similar to Splash Mountain's indoor section.
That was by far the biggest shock of the day.
It was, like, that was absolutely incredible.
I mean, the hypercoaster was great, but I think we all enjoyed that the most.
Yeah, like that is a standout attraction. I'm so glad we did that. Put me in such a good mood. And yeah, what a wonderful attraction. We're actually making our way up towards the exit now. Gonna get a bit of food, and then we'll do a bit of a summary of the day. I mean, you get the gist of it, but Alex, how good was that? Like,
that was the highlight of my day.
Like,
that last ride, couldn't finish on anything better than that. Beautiful, absolutely loved that. Amazing.
So many details in there.
Right.
Catchy soundtrack as well to sing along to. You notice in the video.
I've got the
words on there. Yeah, all the lyrics for you to sing along to. Honestly, that was so good. The lighting in there as well was great. All the like fountains and stuff. What a brilliant family ride, and it's been so nice this trip to actually ride a dart ride like that, because so far we haven't really done many at all. A proper old school dart ride. You know me, that's probably why I like my Europe theme parks even more, because they've got those. Yeah, I'm so glad we did that. We'll see you up at the exit, walk back to the car, summarise the day here at the park. So here we go. To be honest, I don't think I've ever been so happy to be leaving a theme park. I mean, we've picked a good time because look at the storm coming over here. Yeah, rides have all shut down. To be honest, I don't think things are going to be staying open much here tonight, but there you go. Six Flags over Georgia. What's been your highlight of the day?
Stood here right now waiting, thinking that I'm in the car in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
No, the Monster Mansion is my highlight, 100% hands down. Incredible dart ride. This park doesn't deserve that ride in my opinion. The park's beautiful, doesn't deserve that ride when it's fully operated.
What about a favourite coaster?
I would have to say Goliath, I think.
Yeah.
The coaster, pretty impressive ride that is. But again, ruined by its operated park, unfortunately.
Beautiful park, terrible operations. What do you think, Brett?
Shocking. One of the worst experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
Got no words.
It's just got worse out the day.
Terrible.
Favourite ride?
Mix between Goliath and the Superman, Birds of Surprise.
Yeah, Superman was good. Well, there you go. I mean, I've not really got much else to say on this park. You've seen it throughout the day. Yeah, sports haven't yet gone quicker. I mean, I'm glad we're leaving with plus 10. I was hoping for 11. However, out of everything to be closed, that is the one that I would have picked to be shut. So we're done quite lucky there in that respect. However, we have missed a coaster, which is a shame. In terms of this park, I think there's actually some really good coaster hardware in here. I really enjoy Goliath, that's my favourite. Sorry about the sunlight here, we're kind of walking like against it here, but I'll try and hold the camera at the side so it's not as bad. But yeah, in terms of rides here, the stand-up coaster, that was really good. The flying coaster I very much enjoyed. The Schwarzkopf Looper, that was awesome. The Batman the Ride, even though they're clones, they're really good. There's some great rides here. Twisted Cyclone, wasn't a massive fan of that, but I'm glad we got to ride another RMC and it wasn't closed, following on the theme of what we've been getting on this trip with closed RMCs. So we got that one. Yeah, best rides here, definitely Goliath, and also the dark ride we did there at the end. It was a very, very, very pleasant surprise. If anyone from Six Flags is watching this video, I just want you to know that we're all very, very disappointed with how this park is being ran, because it's a beautiful park, it's all in the trees, you walk past and you see these two wonderful B&M coasters next to each other, and you think, you know what, this is going to be a great park, and it's got everything it needs in terms of a ride lineup and offering to be a great park. Just need to improve the staff here, the operations, get rid of the silly things like the lockers, and I know it's not just Six Flags parks that charge for lockers, there's a lot that do, but yeah, there's a lot of improvements that need to be made at this park. It's an old park, 1967, some of the paths and things will need upgrades, but most importantly, you can deal with paths that are a bit broken. It's customer service that brings people back to these parks. And like, look at this, it's wonderful walking down here back towards the parking lot. But yeah, I don't plan on returning. You're probably never going to see a vlog on this channel from this park again, and it's rare that I don't think I've ever said that, to be honest. Maybe Happy Valley. I'd still think Happy Valley was worse, in my opinion, when we went to Shanghai, because what did we get, 2 coasters?
But I feel like we could return to that park and forgive coasters being closed, because actually service was pretty alright. Yeah,
I mean, that's all. I mean, we didn't really go and see Pandemonium and have a ride on that, but we've got a bigger one of those coming up later in the trip, so we can give that a try. The log flume closed, so we didn't do that. The chute's been shut all day. It looks like it's been shut for weeks, if not months. And yeah, in terms of other bits, there's a rapids. We didn't do that because we've just not been in the mood. And we tried to see the best we can from this park, but yeah, and to be honest, we ran out of time as well, because you think about this storm, everything's shut now. We can linger about, but we've got a big drive. Onwards and upwards, because tomorrow is a massive bucket list park.
And 2 hours and 6 minutes before the park is scheduled to close, here we are walking out with, I've got to say, a very, very large number of other guests who I've heard are quite disappointed with the lack of ride availability right now to the parking lot. Days cut short, memories ruined, and service standards below par than anything I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, people criticise Merlin, Disney, you know, even Cedar Fair for either ticket prices or health and safety decisions and things. And another thing that gets me as well is for parks that insist that you have to be pushed down in your restraints so much that the service and standard does not go with that safety. And I think it's so critical those 3 S's are really focused on, because this park can't seem to decide what's more important, and I feel like somebody needs to come in and make some really big decisions here. It's a shame.
Yeah, honestly, what a park. Again, I even forgot that you got the Vekoma looping coaster. That was great. The Great American Scream Machine. Honestly, some of the best coasters I've done this trip here, but ruined by the operations. But there you go. Thanks for joining us for another vlog on Theme Park Worldwide from our USA road trip. Things are going to get better. Tomorrow we're off to Carowinds. We've got Fury 325 and so much more. Copperhead Strike, can't wait for that. Loads of other great rides at the park. And we've got some big bucket list parks coming up now over the next week. So stay tuned for those vlogs here on the channel. I'm Sean Sandbrook, and that means it's time to cue those credits and have a Six Flags day.